This is real, 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 real women. Real women. This is real, 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 real women. Real women.
As an independent woman or as independent women, if we choose you, challenge you check. Okay.
I'd want to be, that woman who, is looking for her Superman, who would do all the things that she'd like.
If you're okay with one, why can't you be okay with two? Because if he wasn't able to fix the 1, 2, how was the guarantee that he'll fix it with you?
Hello and welcome to the maiden edition of Real Women. Now this is a show where real women get to share their thoughts and views on a whole range of things. If it's relationships, if it's current affairs, and even politics in our day-to-day lives. Just giving you a whole picture of what women think about our lives. My name is Nana Kusia Hansen and I'm here first of all with Bridget Boyan. You're very welcome. How are you doing?
Doing good.
I'm loving the hair and everything.
Thank you.
So who is Bridget? What do you do? Tell us something about yourself.
I am a bag accessories designer. I have a line called Prelex and I manufacture hand crafted bags.
Okay.
I have a shop at Atricano.
All right, very welcome, Nikki Samonas. The Nikki Samonas, I have to say. Nikki, how you doing?
I'm dandy.
And what's up with you? Are you shooting anything now? What's up next?
I'm still doing the series with Shirley from Pomo Spy Productions, View Republic.
Nice.
And I just started doing a comedy series. With,
Oh, wow.
The Boys Casa Crew.
Okay.
Guy. It's called Guy.
I like that.
And then I'm yet to shoot my movie. I think it's about in 2 weeks I'll go on set to do something, yeah. Other than that, office work.
Office work. You probably will be hearing much more of that on the show. More of Nikki's movies right here. And you're very welcome, Siba Adam. How are you doing?
Thank you.
I'm loving what you're wearing.
Thank you. It's by me. I'm
Okay.
a clothing designer.
Nice.
We have a shop in East Legon and
We're very busy now. Christmas coming up. And we're excited to be part of Real Women. Okay. You know what this means? Free outfits for all of us. All right, so without much ado, let's start with our very first topic for discussion. Real women. This is where you get to hear all of us talk about our real issues and our opinions about a lot of things. And to start, we're going to talk about women of 2015 who are also now breadwinners. And this is my question. Is a woman a breadwinner of a home? Should she be the head of the house? Does this mean she is the head of the house? What should men feel about this? What do you feel about it? Do you want to be the head of the house? Do you want to be the breadwinner or not?
One, I don't want to be the head of the house.
Okay.
My tradition, my religion, my morals, my ethics does not permit me to be the head of the house.
Can you define what head of the house is first?
Head of the house is the one who calls the shots.
Okay.
The one who they look up to. The one who is basically has the higher percentage of responsibilities. The one who shows the manly nature. Yes, and that's the head of the house, the one who everybody looks up to. I believe that these men are the head of the house. They have to be the head. I can support. I will give you my ideas. But at the end of the day, I'm the one beside you or behind you. And I believe that you should take it on, even if I am the one who happens to be able to give you all the ideas or tell you what I think is right. I'll support, but I wouldn't want to take up the position as the head of the... I'll die. Okay. So it's too much.
Okay.
But to be responsible, yes, evidently, like you're saying, the modern or the new world order now is all about being responsible and taking care of yourself. And it's given a lot of power to women to be able to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. So I support that, yes, because at the end of the day, I get to support the head of the house with what I'm doing. That shouldn't mean that I should take over if in case the man is not as responsible as he should. My duty is to support. So, one, like you said, I don't want to be the head of the house.
Okay.
And then two, I love to support. And I like the idea that women are given power to be somebody.
Okay. So, Bridget, what do you think about this? She says she would not want to necessarily be the head of the house, but what would you say about a man who's probably lost his job, he's irresponsible? Would you still, due to your morals and religion, still have him as head just by the fact that he can't probably rule the household?
Just like Nikki, I wouldn't like to be.
Okay.
It involves a lot, and I can't handle it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would support him, but I wouldn't want to be the head of the house. What we have to know is there's more to it than just the financial support.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
You have
What are the other
emotional
things?
support, physical support. Can you really sacrifice for the family, forgoing all personal interests sometimes, and handling issues? Will you be able to do that? And those things, men are able to do that more than women. We can't take pressure. So, I don't think it's something I would want to do. Okay. I would rather support, like Nikki said. Yeah.
Okay, Siba, what do you think? I'm thinking that women do everything you just described. Women manage financially, emotionally. They can multitask much more than guys. Pregnant women going to school and going to work at the same time. So what do you think, though?
I'll be comfortable being the neck of the house rather than the head, because the neck carries the head, it supports the head, and so I'd rather be the neck of the house. And I'd want to be. I'm a traditional person. I'd want to be, that woman who, is looking for her Superman, who would do all the things that she'd like. So even if I was bringing the money, I'd want him to be Superman.
To be Superman.
Or feel like Superman,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
You know what I got from everything you guys said? Men and women are not necessarily head. The man shouldn't necessarily be the head of the house, but both of you are given together. You're a team in ruling the household. From what I got from what you all said.
Yes,
So
but as a team, there's a captain.
there's a captain, and the man should be the captain.
Yes.
All right,
You
all
have
right.
to encourage him to be, even if he doesn't want
Even
to
if
be.
he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be. Okay, let me know what you think. I'm totally against what everything they said. I feel
Are you
like-
kidding me? No
Yeah.
way. What? So you want to be the captain?
I don't want anyone to be my captain. I want that we are both doing this together.
You're both doing this together.
Yes.
You bring your ideas and everything about it. At the end of the day, you.
But
How?
no one can be captain forever. For instance, in maybe this issue,
Yes.
he leads. In that issue, I lead. It
In that-
shouldn't be that
okay.
both of us should be.
In this issue,
one
he
of us
leads.
should be
But we
this
need just
master.
one
I don't
head
want
of
to be
the
the
house.
neck. I don't want to be the
We need
neck.
just
You don't wanna
one
be the
person.
I'm a woman. I'm
You wanna
much
be the
more
head.
powerful than I'm
Yes,
the whole
that's
being.
the whole idea. Behind every successful man, there is the head.
Not behind,
but that's
beside.
Beside, behind, in front, between. there is the head. But in as much as there is the head, she is the one behind, beside, in front, in between. So
Now we're getting a bit sexual. I like that. Wait.
So, I feel that women should still support the man. The man goes out there to represent the family.
Okay.
In as much as you'd want to lead, yes, there's sometimes the woman who brings out all the ideas. But at the end of the day, in as much as she brings out all the ideas, she pushes them out. Go and do it. Yes, I know my boss is.
Okay.
Go and do it.
So do you agree that a man can support his woman as well?
Evidently.
Can he also be the neck for her head?
Yes, but in so doing, he still stands in front.
I think that the woman should allow the man to be. She should speak through the man.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Go and
Speak
do
to
it.
the but you
Yeah.
have your own voice.
No.
Why should he carry your voice?
He carries our voice because we want him to.
Okay, because you want him to. Okay, I like that. I like that. And I guess on this note, we are getting quite hot in here, but we're going to move on to our next hot topic. We are talking about character in our society. Now, society is very obsessed. Society of today, very obsessed with how you look. Social media, traditional media is more about looks than character. And today, ladies, I want to ask you, what is it for you? Is it beauty or character? Is beauty as important? Bridget, let's start with you.
We should know that material things is not everything. Character is more important.
Okay.
Yeah, so good character, we are defined by our character, not, it's part of it, but the main thing is the character. So, yeah.
Okay, so character for you. That's
Yeah,
the
for
main
me, that's the main, yeah.
Okay, all right.
All other things are secondary, yeah.
And Nikki, but don't you think beauty actually can define character in a sense? If someone looks shoddy, their character fit,
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that beauty is part of character. The way you carry yourself is part of character. The way you talk, the way you move, the way you behave, it all sums up to being a characteristics of a person or a temperament of a person.
Okay.
So if you don't see me in makeup today, it doesn't mean that I should always look pretty, or because I'm on TV, I always want to. On the contrary, I hate putting on makeup. The other day I was saying it on one TV show as well, that it's so tedious for me to get up and dress up every day and put my lashes and put my in the mirror and do all this. It's
like
a lot of work for me, but it comes with the job.
Yes.
So I have to adapt this character to my laid-back character. That doesn't mean I'm going to put on makeup and all that because of the job I'm doing. Plus, social media is a hell of a pressure on our unique characters.
Yes.
Something like that. Because of social media, if people are adapting other characters, that's not part of them. So for me, yes, character is one, but to be able to adjust to the evolution and revolution of the world and how it's going, you have to adapt to other characteristics in order to be able to survive.
Sure. Okay. And Siva, what do you think? She mentioned social media. Now, social media is actually the most oppressive force in suppressing character and impressing or improving beauty over character. What do you think about all of this?
Yeah, the age of fashion police and
yes,
looking the part and everything. Well, I would love to say character. I mean, it's the nicest thing to say or the sexiest thing to say. Oh, character. But I mean, humans are fickle. I'm in the fashion industry, and so I know people. Judge you like the first thing they notice about you is the way you look. So you can't not afford to do that. Yeah, on a normal day, I'd want to be in my flip-flops. Actually, most days I'm like that because I'm in the factory working and all that. But there's no second chance for a first-time impression, so you do need to look the part all the time. So I think it goes hand in hand, and people actually judge you in personal development circles. People actually judge you by the way you look. They assume it's who you are, and so it should be like the first port of call. Okay. And look the part all the time. Unfortunately, it's so much work, as Nikki said. But one has to do it.
Okay. But do you think it's right that people judge you based on how you look? What if your brain is so much more, and see how you look today, and I judge you, and that's it? You judge a book by its cover necessarily. What do you think, Bridget?
That's what I was saying, that it shouldn't define you or be everything you are. You can be so pretty here, and then as soon as you open your mouth, people will just turn and go. You see? So I don't think it should define you. I still stand by that. It shouldn't be everything you are. It shouldn't be everything about you.
Okay.
Character is more important to me. Yeah. It should be first for me.
First, character first. And Nikki, how would you find character?
I would rephrase your question. Instead of judging, I would say perceive.
Perceive.
Perception.
I like that.
So, how do we perceive? How do we perceive the person who just walked into the room? We are human beings. Our first thing we look out for in every other human being is their looks. And that is the first thing about character. Like they're saying, your looks define you, whether we like it or not.
Sure.
So if you want to be accepted in a certain region, in a certain phase, in a certain event, in a certain aspect of your life, you have to, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Okay. So if I come here and I'm looking good, I think everybody will think that I'm really the star that they see me on TV. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and Siba, I'm going to end with you. What would you want to say to all women who actually don't realize the balance you guys have put to beauty and character, but think it's just about beauty and not about developing your character?
Well, I think it goes hand in hand because a few years back I used to do real estate, and I remember walking into to meet a client, and the first thing he did, he was like a very serious client, one of the biggest real estate people in Ghana, and the first thing he did was look at me up and down before he even opened his mouth. Wow. And initially I thought, oh my God, I should have done better. But you see, the thing is, when you look good, you are confident and you can conquer the world. And so basically, you develop your character, but the cherry on the cake is that you look good and you feel good, then you can deliver better. If you go shabbily dressed, you want to sell somebody's like $1 million home, for instance. How he equates the fact that if you don't comb your hair right, or if your shoes are dirty, how can he trust you with selling his property for him? And so, yeah, initially I used to think, oh, it doesn't matter, it's the heart, but it's not. It's not. In real business sense, it's not. And so if you as a person are your brand, and so it's the way you carry yourself. People want to, look and so basically what I'd say is that you should develop both. You should develop character, you should develop yourself as a person.
Okay, before we move on to the next topic, let me just do this in there just to flare you guys up. What about Jesus Christ, who didn't care about necessarily what he looked like? He wore slippers. He didn't care about what he put on his back. Nikki is rolling her eyes.
That's
but he's the ultimate example of character.
That's 5,000 years.
We should move to that back. I mean, shouldn't we teach people that don't judge me by
Do you have a time capsule?
That's the fashion of
No, I can try and invent one.
Do you have a time capsule?
I can try and invent one.
Do you have a time capsule?
No, I don't.
You don't have a time capsule?
No, I don't.
Great.
Shouldn't we try and just bring it back anyway? I mean, without a time capsule, teach people don't judge me by how I look. Once people stop looking at that, then
really?
it can be, yeah.
Okay, I don't think there was the media in 5,000 years ago was the media.
Okay, so the difference
in
in media.
Facebook. Old-fashioned police.
Yeah. was it there? No.
Okay.
Like I said, the world has evolved. So evolution comes. We keep evolving. We keep taking new kinds of drugs. New kids are being born every now and then. Black kids with green eyes are now being born, and white kids with
And women are heads of households.
Exactly. So the world is changing, and as it changes, like I said, you have to be able to cope with it. You have to move with it. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in 5,000 years ago, and 5,000 years ago is dead.
Oh man, okay. Unfortunately, yes, it is. So now we're going to go on a quick break. You're hearing the voice of every woman with a little Ghanaian twist. But before we come back, let's go on a quick break, take a message from our sponsors. We'll be right back. And now we're going to go for some serious news. Now, CNN described the stock market as fearful, and some say that we are just coming out of a recent world depression. But when it comes to Ghana, some say we are in a state of depression. I don't think it's an argument right now. Things are bad. What do you think? Let's start with you, Siba. What do you think is happening now? Do you agree that Ghana is in a state of depression? And if you do, how do you think we can come out of it?
I think it's up to private enterprise. A few weeks ago, I watched The Men Who Built America. I know this is far-fetched, and it's like very, like, it's the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers who were like ambitious, and they were, for their time, it was huge. So for instance, electricity was, the whole of America was by private individual. The railroads, private individuals built the railroads. And so basically, I think the way forward for Ghana is entrepreneurship. It's about people taking charge. And the belief in self. You're saying things are bad, but for me, I'm not saying things are good for me, but I just carry on with my, there's doom, so how do I tackle it? Okay. Boom, I move. And so, yes, things are not rosy, but, I think it's, I don't know. I'm not into politics. I don't believe that any politician can say that.
Change the world.
And so that's my opinion.
All right. Nikki, what do you think?
I differ just a little bit from hers. Yes, I know most actors and actresses are not political people. Ours is mostly entertainment. But I read a lot when it comes to politics. I know there's lots of disinformation out there when it comes to political issues because they don't want us to know what the real truth is.
Yes.
But if you have a few family members who are actually in the system, you get to understand a lot of what's going on. So, yes, we are the ones who voted the politicians into power. We are the ones who believed in them. If you don't want them to be in power, nobody should vote. But unfortunately, it can never be like that.
Yeah.
Because people believe in the political power, and we are looking up to the ones out there, the Americas, like she said, the Spain, the Russia, everybody's voting, so we also want to vote and see how it's going to end up to be. But then again, we end up, And then the government, the source is, in quotes, if the source is corrupt, it trickles down. Even in the Bible, if the source is corrupt, it trickles down. And it affects everybody.
Yeah.
So no matter how much we try to fix it individually, like she's saying, she'll fix it. It will never work because it's still trickling down from the source. So if the source is fixed, or if there's some amount of plans to make the source unified, it will gradually come down. The kids look up to the old ones. If the old ones are messed up, the kids will learn. So it's, whether we like it or not, our stocks will be affected, and it will keep trickling down. And as and when they like it, they can fix it. And I know they can fix it if they want to, and when they want to. So what we are supposed to, So what we are supposed to do is bear it and live with it. That's what I would say.
Okay. And Bridget, what do you think?
For me, I think there's too much concentration on the macro system. They're not looking at the micro.
Okay.
I think there should be a support system. There are people who are talented and skilled, but they can't move past the bar because there's no support system. There are no career, education, and counseling. So people have fabulous talents, fabulous business ideas, but they can't implement them because they don't know where to go. So I think there should be support system. I don't know how they'll do it, but they should create it so that after university, people won't be looking for office jobs. They'll be innovative. They should create opportunities so that people will be innovative. Yeah, so that will help.
And that boils down to the same system where I'm saying, if they want to and when they want to. If they decide to, then we'll be able to achieve what she's saying.
Okay.
So it still goes up there
To the source.
to the source.
Okay, but don't you think that's what she said? Entrepreneurs, talents, artists. These are actually the people that fight against that big source, that big system. That's why what happens, like she said, as a designer, she tries to find her way. Horseman Shoes, I don't know if you know him. He's a big label. President has even acclaimed him. But the thing is, he's going through this problem. What that entrepreneur does is he's been taught to tackle problems despite what the source does. As for the source, it's always going to be there. If it's not a political power, it's going to be the superpower at the time oppressing you. So what do you do, at least for yourself? You know?
I think we shouldn't look at the government only. We should also look at the people. They should appreciate made in Ghana goods. They should invest in it. They should patronize made in Ghana goods, so that after there's a support system and people start working, we should patronize so that it will build the economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the patronizing made in Ghana goods? Will this really help?
Yes, it will. It definitely will. If we consume, I'm sure there's a deficit in what we consume and what we produce, export and import. So yeah, if we patronize it, it will be great. Also, our educational system. I think that the era where you have to basically what you do, what grades you get in school determine what career you're going to do.
Yeah.
So if you're a student, you'll be a doctor. If you didn't do so well, then you go to training college. You know, that sort of thing. Our system should encourage people to follow their passion and fight. And then also about religion and churches. You do find that there's a new breed of pastors or churches, congregations that encourage their congregants to, do business. They talk about money. They talk about, just running your life, running your business, etc. People don't agree with that, but I feel that Ghanaians listen more to preachers than even politicians. Yeah. And so I have this feeling that if there was a way we can encourage, people in these churches, organizations, well-respected people to actually not just look out for themselves, but, try and push it, because it's amazing the amount of power religious leaders have in this country.
And that's because of the way we were brought up. See, it all boils down to the same thing. That's because of the way we were brought up. We've been made to believe that they are the bosses, sort of, like you're saying. So we put all our trust and all our beliefs and all our hopes in them, because From the God knows 100 years back, the whites came in and told us that this and this is what we are doing and it's wrong, but this is the right one. And we've been treading that same line or that same lane or that same experience for years and decades, and it's become part of us. So it's become an attitude. It's bad attitude is very difficult for it to go.
Yeah.
So we have to. It has to be impounded on us. It has to be forced on us. It has to be pressured on us to think that, hey, do not listen.
Yeah.
Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Do not look up to this person. Do not look up to that person. Do not look up to this company, this religion, this state. Do it yourself. And until that kind of system or belief is totally gone, I think we'll still keep treading that system.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on a quick break, take a message from our sponsors. We'll be right back. So now with all the stress off the economy, it's time to just de-stress. And I'm going to ask my very, very favorite topic, relationships. Do you think it's right, it's okay for a woman to multi-date? For instance, dates 2 or 3 guys at the same time while she's deciding, or she must date one person during this time. When it ends, then she moves to the next person. Who should we start with?
I will.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Okay.
So, about multi-dating.
Wait,
First
before
of
you start,
all-
let me ask you a
Sure.
question. Can you define dating in your own perspective, and then you can
Exactly.
Okay.
Because we may have
Yeah.
different perception about dating.
Exactly. It's about dating. For me, it's about testing the waters to see if you guys have chemistry, whether you get along, if the person is someone you want to be in a relationship with before you get married.
So it involves going out?
It involves
It
going
involves
out.
sex?
For me, it doesn't, but a lot of women want to just find out.
Okay, so you add that. Okay.
Yeah, well, I would like to congratulate any woman who does a lot of multi-dating, because for me, it's a lot of work. Yeah, you have to womanscape. Then you have to fix your hair. You have to, because when you want to create a good impression. And so, for me, multi-dating, I can't. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You have to create small talk. I've got a busy schedule. So I believe in quality. So you finding the quality one person. Yeah, if it doesn't work out, then you move to the next. And this town is a small place. If you go from person to person to person, before you know it, like because when you're dating, you want to see, so it's first impression, and you're intimate, not as in like sex, but intimate also as in like you share your experiences and stuff, and you don't want to
Tell everybody.
So exactly, and so it's hard work. It's hard work. And people feel like you don't put all your eggs in one basket. If one disappoints, at least you have a backup plan, etc. But for me, it's hard work. It's so much work.
Yeah. Nikki, what do you think? Do you think that
I
even
put
negative
all my eggs in one basket and I ended up getting squashed. So I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket anymore. I'm going to multi-date.
Okay.
When I think, I feel, I'm going to be blatantly honest here. When I feel that I have to take it a little notch with sex, when I'm sure, I will go to see if you're good enough. If you're not good enough, pack yourself. Go on to the next person. I done this, what you're saying, and I was hurt real bad.
Because that's the thing, men will go multi-date with you and many others while you single dates with them.
I will never do that.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I will never do that anymore. What I do is I watch what I say. When it comes to intimate conversations, I watch what I say, what I have to say to you. Because one, my status is I'm a star. So I have to be very, very careful about what I say. If I'm not careful about what I say and he goes out there and I tell him to go and pack yourself, and then he goes out there, oh no, it's dating Nikki, Nikki said this, Nikki said that, Nikki said this, Nikki said that. So I'm very, very particular about what I say. Most of the time, some of the things I even say, I'm just saying just to know what he would say, because I want to see whether he is the right person. So most of the things I say in dating are makeup stories. And yes.
Now you know if you're dating here, don't believe
I make up
everything she
stories
says.
and I'm thinking, I did this, and I did this, and I went there, and yes, and because I want to see what he'll say, or how he's going to respond, how he's going to support me, because my lifestyle is totally different from the ordinary woman. Because I am everywhere on the media, everywhere. So I'm an extremely private person when it comes to dating. I will date you, all right, but I'm very private about it. I make sure the media doesn't find out because I'm not sure about you yet. And even when I'm sure that this is the guy I want, I try and date you for about at least a year.
Okay.
Before I decide to say, like, okay, I think it's about time the Ghanaian public gets to know about it. It's about time I can go out and hold hands with you. It's about time I can go out and snog or kiss you on the cheek or something like that. So for me, yes, I would want to date because I don't have the time to invest again in a single person and then get squashed. It's not the first or second time, so
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson with that.
I understand.
Unfortunately, I don't want to date now because I already have somebody. So on to you.
Yes, so what do you think, Bridget?
For me, I think so far as you don't have anything to do with them, it's okay. But you
When you
shouldn't
say
go
anything to do with them, what do you
like
mean?
sleeping with them and all that. Yeah, it's okay, but you shouldn't overdo it because people form perceptions, all sorts of perceptions about you, which might affect you in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah. People might say, "Oh, I don't care what people say," but you should care. You are in a society,
Yeah.
and perceptions are very important. What
Okay.
people think about you is very important. Yeah. So that's what I have to say. There's nothing really wrong with it, but you shouldn't go overboard. You shouldn't
Would you
overdo
want to
it.
date or you single date?
I don't even have the time, Nikki.
You don't have the
Yeah.
So single date for that time.
I
if it
could,
works
yeah,
out.
but not multi.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay. So since we brought up the topic about sex, what if I want to find out, sex is a big thing for me, and I want to find out whether this person does it right or not, and I want to have sex with these different people to also pick in that sense. Okay, this person is best, is good, and I can work with that because that is it. Do you think that works? No,
Yeah,
for you. What do you think?
When I used to multi-date, like I'm saying it, the fact that I'm multi-dating doesn't mean I have to sleep with
All of them. Maybe
That's what I'm saying.
at this point in time, if they're
So
ready.
So at this point in time, when I'm sure that, okay, like I was saying, this is the person I think out of all these 4 guys I've been seeing, he's quite, we have a lot of things in common. We gel. So let me, like I'm saying, that's when you decide as the girl to whether you want to take it a notch higher to see if he qualifies for that last. It always results to the sex. That happens to be the last result. So when you go and then you go and you realize that it's good, hey, if you can think you can work with it, hey, if you think you can work with it, pack yourself.
Okay. And you, what do you think, Siva? Last words again.
Last words.
Yeah.
I think that if you, for me, it's just the one person, and so for me, sex is not a big deal for me. The person being my Superman, my hero, like just being, is the most important to me. Because I mean, there's other stuff you could.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out, fine. So yeah.
It's so funny.
sex is not.
Look, not to burst your bubbles. I'm dating this guy. Look at it. He just writes this.
What does he write? You have to read it to the camera. You have to read it to the camera. Read it. I'm reading
What's
it.
your reply?
You want us to make love today? Oh my goodness.
And then what do I say?
What did she say?
Hold it. Take a chill pill. I'd love that things happen naturally.
Nice.
And take its own course.
Of course.
Coincidentally, this is no joke.
Wow.
Right now, today.
The universe is working.
So this is enough to let you know that.
Okay. Let it take its course.
Yeah, when I'm sure when I feel like this is a time for me, if you're good enough for me, and I think you're the one I want to have that extra notch with, then I would even instigate it. I'll tell you, I am ready.
Yeah.
Because I am not ready. That's what I'm telling you to take a check for. You're not going to tell me that. Let's make. Hey, for what?
I know, right?
Exactly. So.
I'm glad that you are the one steering your own affairs. In this sense, you are captain of the ship.
Yes. But I've come to realize, like she's saying, most men do not understand that.
Okay.
Most Ghanaian men are used to going for the lady. Now, they do not understand the, what's the right word? Independent women. See, when you get to that self-actualization of being independent, now you choose. You start choosing. Now you choose.
Exactly.
They don't choose you.
You choose them.
But I've come to realize that most Ghanaian men feel the perception that you are cheap, excuse me to say.
If you choose.
Yes, if you choose.
Or it's
what
just
is
their
it
way
about
of maintaining
exactly,
their power.
because they're so used to having that power that they're the ones who's supposed to be the head.
So they'll make you look cheap just
so
because.
They make you
Because
look
they want
cheap.
to maintain power.
Because I have gotten to the level where I choose who I want.
The ones, yeah.
in as much as I'm chasing, like I said, I'm dating all these people, I choose, okay, this is the one I want. And then I go, I don't wait for him to come for me. That kind of thing. Because that's in the dating process.
Yeah.
So when I get there, now I come for you. But I've realized, Ghana men, I won't say
No,
Ghana
it's actually men all over the world.
You guys don't do that. If your woman comes up to you, Charlie, you have to count yourselves lucky because the woman is independent, meaning she knows what she wants. So if she chooses you, don't think about whether you have money or not. Because she's thought about all that before choosing you.
Exactly.
She knows she can support you. She knows where you're coming from. So as an independent woman or as independent women, if we choose you, Charlie, you check.
Okay. I like that. Great monologue. And I think this is a powerful place to move on to the next topic. And we're going to de-stress even more with entertainment. Because I think we got really hot on this.
Yes.
Nikki, this is a time to breathe. Say who's up.
Who's
Now we move on to some entertainment news. Now, Ciara has been in the news quite of late. She recently ended her relationship with Future, who she has a child with. Future has 3 other women who he has children with, and now she's dating again. Future, everyone just knows Future. So when she went for Future, I was like, okay, why? Anyway, so now she's dating the sports star, Russell Wilson, and has got tongues wagging. So it starts with the story of where Russell Wilson goes up to talk that he's basically the savior and in life supposed to lead her to the light, to the promised land, and they're not going to have sex until they get married. The Lord brought him to her, and he's supposed to lead her to the light, something like that. What do you think about her relationship? And then I want to ask what you think about dating a man who already has children. Let's start with what do you think about Ciara and Russell Wilson? I think it's his name. Let's start with
the fact that they're holding on.
Like he says she already has a kid with another man. She's sexually active, but he says now they're dating. I've been brought to you by God to steer you in the right direction. So they're probably not having sex now until they get married.
I think things should happen naturally. They shouldn't force things to happen. So they have to take their time until it happens.
Okay.
So I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
But the guy should keep quiet. He shouldn't be talking too
about
much.
their personal sexual lives.
I think it's too private.
Same thoughts. Yes. Same thoughts. What do you think, Nikki?
Okay, hold it. Was she with Russell when she had a baby for Future?
No, it was after Future. She had a baby. They were together, and then they divorced because Future was caught necessarily cheating, sort of. Yeah. And so that's why she left, and now she started dating Russell.
Okay. Yeah. So he's an angel in her life.
He
he's
has
Jesus
put
Christ.
himself as a Jesus Christ
in her life, and she seems to be okay with it.
That's what everyone doesn't know, whether it was okay for him to come and discuss their sexual lives.
Okay.
People don't know, but people are generally on his side saying you shouldn't have discussed that. Whether
honestly, I'd say that too. There's no point in going on TV to go and discuss all these things.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense in any way. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why he's trying to let the public know that he's the Jesus Christ of her life or the angel. I don't know why. I wish I could know why, because I believe that when you get to know the reason why people do the things they do, you understand them a lot more better, a lot more. But since I don't know, on a norm or generally, I should say, what he did is not necessary. It's not necessary. As to whether if you're bugging the lady or not, what's the problem? Who cares? I mean, hello, she already has a daughter. Or a son. Is it a son?
It's a son.
So who cares?
So, yeah.
I mean, we don't even know the size of your. So who cares?
Would you date a man who has a baby mama? Let's start with Nikki.
How many baby mamas?
Is that a cat?
How many babies mamas is my own problem.
Okay.
The mamas must not be mamas.
Okay.
The mamas must just be one mama. So if he has 10 kids with one woman, I'm fine. If he has 1 kid with one woman, I'm fine. If he has kids with women, there's a problem for me. Mine is one woman, it's okay. There's a baggage, it's a lot. And I don't want to take a lot of baggage. So, yes, I'll date a man with a baby mama. 1.
Okay. And what about you, Siba?
Yeah, 1, fine. 2, 3, maybe. It's like, you know, when people show you their character, believe them. One condition will be that the woman should have moved on. She should have moved on with her life. It's slightly less dramatic. She has other things and another man to deal with, and so then it cuts down the drama. We as women, sometimes we are so in love, we get clouded, but 4 different baby mamas, I mean...
Okay, so your limit is 4 different baby mamas.
No, I'm just saying...
I want to know yours.
My limit, maybe 2.
2 baby mamas.
Yeah, it's
How many
fine.
kids between the baby mamas?
Oh, 1 each.
1 each.
Yeah,
And that's your cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So basically, yeah. So if you see that, you believe that, that's the person's character. We get clouded by, being in love and all that, but really,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Nikki,
Yeah,
so what is your capital? Do you have a capital? Or
Baby mama.
mamas, male or yay?
I wouldn't mind dating. He's a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's his past. 1, 2 is okay for me. 2, but I won't even get there. Let alone 3. 2 women have kids for you? No.
Okay.
That is me. I wouldn't go there because why wouldn't you make the second one work? Why? What's wrong with you? You went through the first one. Make the second one work. Fine. Be with her and have a concubine somewhere.
Would you feel like a third wife if he came to you after 2 women? Like a third wife?
I feel like the cheap ass. Third wife. Even the third wife. No. I feel like the other one. If he's been able to get away with 2 in his head, he can easily get away with the third one and the fourth one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I won't even see myself as the second one. The first one, yes, a mistake is a mistake because that's the serious relationship issue.
Yeah.
So if you make 1 mistake, that's okay. If you make 2 mistakes with the same woman, that's okay because at least it makes me feel like you gave her another chance or you gave yourselves another chance to work it out. And it still didn't work and then you walked out. So that's okay. Or even if there's a third child, it means you still, as the man or as both of you, still, yes, wanted to make it work. So if after all these three kids and it didn't work, and you come to me, I understand because I know that at least you're willing to make it work. Now, first one, Uncle Yi. Second, Uncle Yi. Mission
I like that. Bridget, what do you think?
For me, if you can allow 1, why can't you allow 2? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
If you can allow 1
Yeah,
baby
because
mama.
every woman is different. So far as you are serious with me and you want to be in a serious relationship with me, why not? 1 or 2, I don't mind. Or 3, I don't mind. So far as the women don't interfere or the man doesn't have anything to do with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm okay with it.
What do you mean you're okay with it?
I'm okay with
If
it.
the woman
So
doesn't
far as
interfere?
he's serious with me, he wants to spend his life with me, he's a good man, he's a changed man. So if you're okay with 1, why can't you be okay with 2?
Because if he wasn't able to fix the 1, 2, how was the guarantee that he'll fix it with you?
For me, no, every woman is different. So the fact that I didn't work for the other women doesn't mean it won't work with me.
With 3 women who work.
Yeah, we are all different.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from what you're all saying, at least 1 baby mama and a few kids across board is okay with the 3 of us.
No.
With the 4 of us. Not
That's
even at 1
different.
baby. That's different.
Mine is different.
No, on the average, she that's on the average at least 1 baby mama and a few kids. On the average. You said 1 baby mama, 2 baby mamas cup.
If
You
you'd
say
be okay,
1 baby
if
mama
you'd be
cup.
okay with 1, you should be okay with,
With
2,
the-
or
with
3.
2 or 3, so 1
Provided
across.
the person, people change.
Okay.
Probably he was a bad boy then. He's a good boy now. So why can't you?
Okay, so can you deal then with also the baggage that comes with, my baby mama is doing this now, so I need you to take Sam
One is also
on.
a baggage. 1 is a baggage.
Okay.
If you're
So
okay with 1. You should be okay with 2.
So can you take the child?
Hey,
Can you
so
take
you
his
take
child?
2
Can you take care of his child?
No, but you haven't. That wasn't the question.
Okay.
I can't take the children.
You can't
But
take
what
the
I'm
children.
saying
You
is, I
can deal
wouldn't.
with-
Every woman is different.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not taking the children.
Okay.
Or are we taking the children?
No.
Uh-huh.
I'm not asking that
No,
question.
you're
Would you,
taking the
will you
children.
take care of the child? Would you take care of the child or children? That's now a question I'm asking.
If there's a child involved, it's a whole different thing altogether. It's gone to the highest speed because the child is a connection between those 2. Now, if I'm going to be part of that family, if the child stays with him, hey, I have to be able to get the baggage of this woman. I don't know how the relationship is going to be like. And there's nothing like moving on. Oh. There's nothing like moving on because the child is a connection between the 2 of them. She may be married, but she will still have to know how the child is doing, how far the child has gone, what's the school the child is going. Can I come and visit the child too? All this is baggage, and this is your private life that you're also going to spend with this man because you're also with him. Now, having if you also have kids, different ballgame altogether. So you have to take into consideration all these things. It doesn't necessarily mean that if it doesn't work with you, the human being, but this time around there are kids involved. So when there are kids involved, it's a whole different ballgame altogether. And knowing that there are kids involved, you have to think if the woman or the other woman is okay with you having the child with him in your vicinity or in your compound, in your house, or in your company. Because it's not easy for a child that has come out of your womb to go into the compound of another woman. It's never easy. It's never easy. It's not easy to just let it go and say, I've moved on. No, you can never move on.
Okay, Bridget, I'll let you have the last word on this. Would you take your lover or husband, would you date a man who says, oh, I want you to take care of my 2 sons as well, as part of being in a relationship with me? I would like that you, from time to time, take care of my 2 sons or make them a part of our lives. Would you do that?
That's no problem for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no problem for me.
It's no problem
It's all
for
right,
you?
yeah.
All right. Okay, and Nikki, would you?
2 sons from 1 woman, from 2 women.
Okay, so if it's from 1 woman.
From 1 woman, fine.
Okay.
The baggage is less to
Okay.
carry because it's from 1 woman. So I can cope with it. 2 women, which baggage is coming from here, which baggage is coming from here, plus my personal baggage, plus his personal baggage. It's too much.
Baggage.
Too much baggage.
And what do you think, Siba? Would you?
I would, depending on their baby mamas, on their mothers, because
Okay.
kids come with, kids are remote controlled by their mothers, and so depending on
How old are they?
Okay, hypothetically, 5 and 7, 10 and 12.
Oh, those are kids.
Yeah, kids.
yeah, but still,
So it depends on
Some
the baby
mamas
mamas.
are, baggage, it depends on the baggage, like I'm saying.
So
baby
what would
mamas-
the baby mama
Hey.
have to be like for you to take care of her children sometimes?
if she's married or if she's moved on, it's slightly less more drama because she's not at home, not having anything to do, bored, no man, and it's just strategizing. But once she's moved on, there's less remote control in terms of pushing ideas into the kids' heads because she's busy already. So I think that the condition is the woman should have moved on. When she moves on, the problem is when they
It's not
don't
like
move
moving
on.
on.
When they move on and they're
Kids are covering
comfortable, that's fine. But when they start having, memories and their heart is in it small, then it becomes a problem. But if they've moved on, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah.
All right, so Nikki, if the baby mama is someone who hasn't moved on, but the man has moved on, obviously.
There is nothing like moving on when it comes to a child
and-
between 2 people. That's what I believe in. There is nothing like moving on.
Sure.
Moving on. There is always a meeting point because the child is the pivot in your lives, in your relationships. There is no way in this world, this is about who.
Okay.
Even if the other one is married, there is still a connection between the 2 of you because of that child.
So in that sense,
There is
would you take
nothing-
care of the child then?
I will
Because
take care. That's what I'm saying. I will take care of the child depending on her baggage.
Okay.
Or the woman's baggage.
How would you find out her baggage?
I'll ask. I'll find out. I have to.
What questions
Because
would you ask
taking
her?
care of- okay.
Do you have baggage?
Simple. I don't want to go deeply
Yeah.
into the question, but simple questions is I'll ask her one if she's comfortable with me taking care of the child. That's the first thing because it's not easy to tell the back them will be ashonama.
Yeah.
So first question, are you interested? Are you okay? Do you think I am mother enough to take care of your child? Because you do not know me. I don't know how you've raised your child to this kind of age. Would you be able? Do you trust me enough? 1, 2. Do you trust your ex enough to trust me to take care of the child? Are you comfortable? Do you want to go into my background? Do you want to find out if this is a child? This is your life you brought into this world. You are going to entrust into somebody's care. So is the baggage? I wouldn't mind have a problem taking care of the child. But with the person giving me the child, giving me the egg to carry, trust me enough. That's the baggage I'm scared of because she can say yes, I do run now. And after a year, hey,
I know.
she can say yes now, and after 3 years, hey, because maybe she and the man had a misunderstanding concerning the son or the daughter. A lot of baggage. So I have to take care of. I have to consider all these things before deciding to put myself into it.
I like the question to
Yes,
ask.
and even if I put myself into it, I have to constantly re-ask those questions.
Yeah.
Because we're human beings, we change, we grow from same. Because there's no way there's moving on between those two. Okay. So as they grow, they will come, they will talk, they will meet, the child will come. Constantly, so I have to be able to take care of us. Hey,
Too
man,
much.
So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I can deal with one, and that baggage, I can help. If there are two, there's nothing like moving on. Even if they married, there is nothing because that child will continue to be the connection between the two.
Okay. So, Bridget, I'm going to give you the last word on this. What do you say to all of this? How would you sum up everything?
Yeah, for me, so far as the woman, the other women don't interfere, I'm okay.
Okay.
If they don't interfere, it's peaceful, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I am not scared. If the guy makes me know that he's serious with me and wants to spend his life with me, then it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, every woman is different.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So, all too soon, we come to the end of our maiden edition of Real Women. My name is Akusia Hansen. I was here with Bridget, Nikki Samonas, queen of monologues, I have to say, and Siba Adom. Thank you, ladies. I'll give you a title, and I'll give you Siba, the yellow lady, for today, and Bridget, the red lady, for today. And don't worry, we'll be back. You should stay tuned. Real Women. This is a show you should keep watching. Catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.
This is real.